guys, there's a lot of value, a lot of lines dropping, and we have been cashing this 3-for-3 6x payout on Underdog Fantasy. And I mean, then we're 2 of the last 3. But anyways, let's get into some new picks. So one play I locked in, looks like it's still available, is Sandy under 18.5 outs. So again, like the odds jam positive EV tool, very simple tool. All it's doing is pointing out large discrepancies in where sportsbooks are setting their lines. Where is their value in the market, right? So OddsJam's reading in all the data for the different sportsbooks you use. I'm in California, so I don't have access to like FanDuel, stuff like that. But you can see Flip is pricing this line at -110. If you learn anything from these live streams, I promise it's going to make you a more profitable bettor. You got to consider all sports books, where they're setting their lines when you're finding your picks, right? You got to find value in the market. Caesars has this under at -135, right? What's crazy about sports betting is how fragmented the market is. Caesars is saying, hey, we think this line should be priced at -135. DraftKings -125. All these books are running their own models. Pinnacle, where right here, nope, not trying to do that, which is known to be the sharpest, the smartest bookmaker in the world. They have the under all the way down at -142. Fliff is giving us -110. That's a no-brainer. I went ahead, I locked it in. But anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get into some plays not on sports books. Let's head over to Underdog Fantasy. There were a lot of esports lines available. I've explained this before, but I follow, an extremely data-driven approach, to my sports betting. I'm all about find an edge. I know I'm not going to win every single bet, but when you're finding an edge, you're going to win long-term. So this first play, I already included this in an entry. Unfortunately, Underdog Fantasy, they have a max bet size of $100, at least for me, for esports. So you're going to see I was able to get Chazy under 8.5 kills. Unfortunately, Underdog already bumped it down to 8. We took the under 8.5, which is good value. They've already bumped it down to under 8, but this play still looks super good, right? SportsBattle has Chazy's line at 7. Again, even if you don't use SportsBattle, that's a data point. And anyways, let's log into PrizePicks. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining my late night live stream. So anyways, let's log in here. So if we take a look at, Chazy, his line on PrizePicks is 6.5. Underdog has his line at 8, right? They bumped it down from 8.5. So we could middle bet this. You could take the over on PrizePicks, the under on Underdog, work yourself into a little middle where if Chazy has exactly 7 or 8 kills, you're going to win both bets. But anyways, let's kind of go here to WNBA, player rebounds, and let's take a look at this play on Jewel Lloyd. So again, like the fantasy optimizer, it's not doing anything complicated. It's just pointing out value in the market, which is going to help you win more bets, right? It's showing you line discrepancies. No sports bettor wins every day. It's about having an edge, finding value, and that's how you're going to win long term. So I included a promo code for a free month of OddsJam below. If you don't have OddsJam, you can try it out. Try data-driven sports betting. I promise you your results are going to be better than ever just following the data, right? It's just what makes money. So anyways, let's take a look at some of these other plays. So first play, recommended on OddsJam, the first line discrepancy. All that's happening is, right, again, you can handicap. 99% of sports bettors, they trust their sports knowledge, and they think that's going to help them beat the books. That's why the sports books are in business, right? The way you're going to make money is by finding these inefficiencies in the market because the sports betting market is so fragmented. So Underdog Fantasy has Zeus's line at 7, PrizePicks is at 8, and then if we just take a look at the fantasy optimizer, it kind of shows us, right? It's just reading in all this data, pointing out value. You're going to see Zeus, his line is 8 on ParlayPlay, 8 on PrizePicks, right? I'm not sure why PrizePicks isn't showing up here on the fantasy optimizer. Maybe they pulled the line down for a second, but they're up at 8. Underdog Fantasy's at 7.5. So all the other sports books are saying, hey, Underdog Fantasy, they're too low at 7. All the other books are setting this line at 7.5 or 8. Zeus on ParlayPlay, his line's at 8. So pretty clear value. Again, like these crazy line discrepancies, they happen in esports, right? Esports, there's so many games. The markets are so inefficient and fragmented. As a data-driven bettor, you can make a lot of money, right? There are a lot of good plays that you can find. So what we can do is we can go to player assists. We can take a look at this play on Diana Taurasi. Doesn't look like anything crazy. So anyways, maybe we skip over this play. I mean, a lot of plays, a lot of plays, a lot of plays. Aloya. So this is a play I unfortunately already locked in on PrizePicks. Well, not unfortunately. So on PrizePicks, I'm on his under 8.5. Underdog has his line at 7. You can see PrizePicks has already come down to 7.5. But again, we can middle bet this. I have his under 8.5. If I take his over 7 on PrizePicks, this is a huge line discrepancy. Or on Underdog Fantasy, if Aloya has exactly 8 kills, then I'm going to win my under 8.5, and I'm going to win the over 7, right? Data-driven sports betting. That's the way you're going to get an edge. You're going to win long-term. So let's check out this play, Cuz. So we can also go with Cuz under 7. So this play I actually really like. So the reason I like it is in esports, very simple strategy is on Underdog. If you can find players on opposing teams to go opposite directions, these outcomes are positively correlated. So positive correlation, it kind of sounds like a big word, but I'm going to go ahead, lock in this 3-pick entry on Underdog. It's pretty simple, right? 3-picker on Underdog, but positive correlation, it sounds like a big word, but it's pretty simple, right? And I go through this example a lot, so I apologize if you've heard it before, but essentially it's pretty simple. If you're going to take Mahomes over in receiving or in passing touchdowns, probably makes sense to take his main target, Travis Kelce, to go over for a 3x payout. Because if you take a 3x, because you're getting a 3x payout no matter what you do for Travis Kelce. So obviously if Mahomes has a great season, throws for 50 passing touchdowns, Travis Kelce is probably going over his receiving touchdowns line. So you want to take both overs together, long story short, or both unders. So anyways, Underdog Fantasy, we locked in this 3-pick entry. We can go back to the positive EV tool, see if there's any value. Again, like you'll see a lot of good plays on DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, kind of all those other sports books. But again, I'm unfortunately, FanDuel's not legal in my location. Here you can see they're the only book giving us above, plus 197 on the over 4.5 goals. So this is a soccer play for tomorrow morning. You want a soccer play, really good value on FanDuel. But again, like not a book that's currently legal in my location, but I do have access to Flith. So I try to know how to navigate these books quickly. Like I've explained before, the best betting opportunities, the biggest line discrepancies. So I've already bet this. So you're going to see, this is why you need to place multiple bets on a daily basis. Flith has a max bet size at $250. So like if you're only placing one bet a day, your earnings are really capped, right? You need to be placing bets every day, numerous bets a day, ideally. But what's really powerful about sports betting is you have to remember, like your returns are daily. The reason you can grow your bankroll so quickly is due to compounding, right? Compound interest. If you can even get a 2% ROI on your bets, there's 30 days in a month. So we're betting on baseball games that are tonight. If you have a 2% ROI on your baseball bets over the course of a month, that's a 60% ROI, 30 days in a month, 2% a day. And that's why getting an edge in sports betting is honestly just so powerful, right? So anyways, let's continue to take a look. So I already hit this play on Zeus, right? So we can go to Faker, which is a play I skipped over. On Underdog Fantasy, you can't bet players on the same team, both to go over. So I'll skip over that play. This play we already locked in. How do we feel about these other picks? Peach under 6. All the other sports books, you can see OddsJam, the sports book screen. Again, any tool you want a free month of, I included a promo code below for a free month of OddsJam. Check it out. Peach under 6. All the other sports books. Let's go to PrizePicks. They all have his line at 5.5. I mean, just following the data, trying to find plays with an edge, with value, right? Because that's how you win long term. Long term, it's nothing complicated. You find plays with an edge, you'll win long term. So Jessica Shepard over 8, that seems pretty good. PrizePicks. So we can go to the WNBA real quickly. We can look up Jessica Shepard. Her point line is at 9.5 there as well. Whatever, we'll take her. So let me just refresh this really quickly. So we have this play already hit for the max. This play already hit for the max. This play's already in my slip. Aloya over 7, we already hit. We already hit for the max. Jessica Shepard. Again, you never know when the best bets are going to occur. So this play's sexy, right? We have, man, we got a variety of plays, actually. So we can take him under 15. And then did I bet any of these other plays? So let's take a look right here. So here we have positive correlation. Damn, they just moved the line on Faker. That's annoying. So anyways, that's really annoying. But what we can do is we can take Jessica Shepard over 8. That also removes our positive correlation, which is annoying. But anyways, for 4-pick entries, you want to play them with insurance. And I'll play this 4-pick entry. So again, like very simple. Aiming, right? Underdog Fantasy has this line at 15. All of these books, right? They've invested millions of dollars. Like PrizePicks is $1 billion company. So is Underdog Fantasy. These books have invested millions of dollars in their ability to set lines, to price lines, to move odds around. Like odds aren't static, right? Like you can see there's some plays on DraftKings. Books are constantly moving around odds. So you can see here like line movement charts, you know, weather changes, lineup changes, all that stuff moves around the market. So long story short, that's why you look at real-time price information, right? A lot of people will be like, oh, I look at historical data when I'm finding my bets. All historical data is baked into the odds, right? Just like the price of Facebook, if Mark Zuckerberg dies, that'll be reflected in the price in a week, right? Like it's all baked into the market. So Aiming's line is 15. All the other sports books have him at 14 or 13.5. Clear as day, value on the under on Underdog Fantasy, just being a data-driven sharp better, finding an edge, right? So we can go over to ParlayPlay. Wow. And, you know, some of these plays you can middle bet. So again, it's kind of confusing to some people. Like, why would I take an over and an under, right? But again, it depends where the line is set. If you can get over 6.5 and under 8.5 rebounds for, say, an NBA player, that's a great middle opportunity. Take the over 6.5, the under 8.5. And if that player has exactly 7 or 8, right, rebounds in the game, then you're going to win both bets. And I always stress this in live streams, but you really want to have as many sports books as possible. First of all of these sports books have sign-up bonuses. I've included, you know, my refer a friend link below. Basically, every sports book gives you a free $100 for signing up, which is literally insane. If you think about it, it's literally insane. But we can go ahead and we can build a little. So let's refresh this. We can build a little 3-pick entry, or sorry, 6-pick entry on ParlayPlay. So again, like some of these plays were middle betting, which is fine, right? There can be value on an over and an under if the players are on different teams. Another benefit here is, again, these outcomes are positively correlated. When you're betting on esports, playing players on opposing teams to go opposite directions, that is positively correlated. So here, for example, Zeus's line is 8 on ParlayPlay, 7 on Underdog. That's a middling opportunity, right? That's a middling opportunity for us as sharp bettors. So we can go ahead to owner. What team is he on? So we're not going to be able to play him. Unfortunately, on ParlayPlay, on Underdog, you're not going to be able to play players on the same team. We can double down on Jessica Shepard, over 8 rebounds. Again, FanDuel. So we can actually just pull it up here. Like this is just data-driven sports betting, extracting an edge, kind of in the market. So let's go ahead. Let's share this. So if we go over to the WNBA, and then we want to look at the Lynx game, and then we want to look at Jessica Shepard, it's like FanDuel, you know, multi-billion-dollar company, they're pricing her line at 8.5 rebounds. ParlayPlay's at 8. Underdog Fantasy was also at 8, but still value in the market. So that's great. So we can take Lanny under 11 points. We'll try to finish out this slip. I know it's a Friday night. People are probably, you know, tired of hearing me talk 24/7, but that's just kind of how it is. I feel like gambling tonight. So we can take a look. What else? Jordan Crawford. I think I already took this play. And Tyler Anderson over 17 outs. So we can go ahead. We can lock in this play. Over 17 outs. And we can also check it out. I mean, I just kind of like to show where are, you know, all the player, where are all the sports books posting odds. So you can see ParlayPlay has the line at 17. All the other sports books on the sports book screen are setting the line at 17.5. I mean, clear as day, clear value, you know, in this play. Really not doing anything complicated, just kind of following the data. So, because what else do we have? So here we have positive correlation on both those plays. So pretty happy about that. Zeus, we're not going to be able to take any of these plays because these players are on the same team. So, okay, I guess we're fine with this. So we can go with a 5-pick entry on ParlayPlay, and we'll go ahead. We'll lock that in. So unfortunately, I've already hit the max on Lonnie, so I'm going to have to find a new pick to go with. So maybe we take Jewel Lloyd under 4.5 rebounds. I'm fine with that. Just the top play from the optimizer. And we can go ahead. We can put it together. So essentially, the optimizer is pretty simple. It's just giving you a starting point, you know, for finding your bets. The top plays are obviously, in general, the most profitable. But Underdog Fantasy, all these platforms have literally tens of thousands of different lines you can bet on. It's hard to know where they're screwing up, where they're messing up lines. So all the fantasy optimizer is doing is reading in all this data, pointing out the discrepancies to you, where you can start to build a slip with an edge, right? And you just want to take these picks in green. Red isn't profitable. In green is what you want to go with. And same for Underdog Fantasy. You know, sometimes there's more plays on, you know, there's not really any good plays on SportsBattle right now. There's 3 plays available. On Thrive Fantasy, there's no value. So it really depends. Like, this is why you want to ideally have a bunch of different sports books so you can kind of follow the market. You know, the more books you have, you never know which book is going to screw up on a given day and have profitable bets. So the more bets, the more books you have, the better. So you can see we have Adame. Man, PrizePicks has the line at 8. Chazzy's, man, there are a lot of plays available. So here, for example, Piosic, PrizePicks has the line at 8.5. All the other books are at 9.5. Let's just make a little PrizePicks slip quickly. Again, like in these videos, I'm just trying to show you, you know, I'm just showing you where I'm putting my own money down. Again, I follow solely a data-driven approach. Some people like that, some people don't. Adame over 8, and we can take this. But the results, you know, speak for itself. When you're just following the data, finding plays with an edge, it's all I've done for every $305,000 won on PrizePicks is it's just how you win long term. It's just how you win long term. So contracts, I think we have. So we're already on contracts. Where is he? Over 6. Okay. Jewel Lloyd under 4.5. We could go with that again. What else do we like? Mariah Jefferson over 11.5. Diana Taurasi. Anything else we want to go with? Jessica Shepard. We already played that. So this play seems decent. Niski under 12. Right? So this is kind of a middle bet. Again, we have Niski. Where is it? We're already on Niski over 10.5. Under 12, we could middle it. If he has exactly 11, we're going to win both bets. But I think I'll just call it a day for now. I mean, we hit some good bets. I don't want to force anything. Let's see if there's anything else on Fliff. So again, like FanDuel, there's some good bets available. Freddie Freeman over 1.5 hits. You know, some different plays available, but I don't have access to FanDuel currently. So just kind of that play on Sandy on Fliff. So hopefully this was helpful. Just kind of going through some plays. Hopefully we have another winning day. So thanks so much for your time. We'll chat soon.